Alright, fellas, we're about to dive deep into the topic of how to fuel the fire of your B2B coaching business or marketing agency's growth. My intention is this is the last video that you'll ever need when it comes to actual strategy on how to scale an offer that is high ticket, and also how to add an extra $500,000 in the next year without stress, without managing an army of prospecting wolves, and while having prospects sell themselves on your solution every single day on Autopilot. Okay, guys? And listen, this is the type of video that I want you to actually save and come back later on, because it's going to be really in-depth. It's going to actually show you the strategy, the workflows, and the actual KPIs you need to go after. Also, in case you want to get this document, go ahead and just join my Facebook group. Over there we have all of the documents in a single place. And also, watch this video at 2x speed. That way you're going to see me talk twice as fast, and you're going to save yourself some time. This video is going to be really in-depth, as I was saying, guys. So we're going to dive first of all into the traditional scaling models, aka the different approaches you can have when it comes to scaling your business. Then we're going to talk about the general understanding of the auto conversion funnel. This is going to be the longest part of the video. And last but not least, I'm actually going to share with you the KPIs as well as the daily and weekly workflow that you need to use to actually make sure that the funnel works. Okay, guys? Let's get started right away. So before we begin, guys, there is a quick note that I want to give you. If you've not validated your offer and overall positioning, you will be better off when leveraging outbound prospecting first. Okay? So this training is for companies already making $5K per month at least, or already working with 5 to 10 clients who have been sold to a single offer and are looking to fuel the fire of their business growth, okay? This is not something that you should do right off the bat if you have never had a client, because you're not going to be able to sustain the growth, the actual application of this strategy to your actual business, okay, guys? So make sure that you have, again, either 5K made from your business, or you have sold 5 to 10 clients in the past for that same offer. So historically, guys, there have been 3 ways in which businesses scale. First one is outbound prospecting, second is organic content, and the third one is via paid traffic, okay? I'm not saying that these are the only 2 ways in which you can get clients. Of course, you can have referrals, you can have affiliates, etc. But the point I'm trying to make is the 3 most common ones, and chances are that you're thinking about which one to use, okay? That said, I want to first of all break down the pros and the cons of 3 of them, so that you can first of all understand what we're playing with, and then based on that, I'm going to actually show you the solution and how the auto-converting funnel just appeared, okay? The first thing that I want to talk about is outbound prospecting. This is, again, the one that you should be leveraging if you're just a beginner. The first reason why is because it's cheap or free, right? The second one is that it's possible to automate or delegate either to a VA or through software, whatever it may be. And it allows you to rapidly validate interest on your offer and your angle. Now, one of the biggest benefits of actually using outbound prospecting, because if you send 100 DMs and you're able to book 4 calls, you know that there's interest in the marketplace, okay? Now, what are the cons? Well, scaling is a mess. Requires more software, lots of management, never compounds, and conversions are typically lower since this of course takes more convincing with part of the founder and the actual benefits of the offer. Second option is organic content. And of course, the pro is that it's free or cheap unless you're going for massive production quality. Once it snowballs, this can fuel your business growth for a lifetime. Both, of course, it compounds over time. And it's both a lead generation tool as well as a lead nurturing tool. And when you're getting started, even if I don't say that you should go 100% full YouTube remote, you should definitely start using YouTube videos or organic content in order to actually feed the actual nurturing your existing leads, okay? You're not going to, at the beginning, you're not going to make content to generate leads because it takes a lot of time, but it does work when you're combining, for example, outbound prospecting and content, okay? Now, what are the cons? It's literally as well. Like, it will take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to start seeing the benefits of organic content altogether, okay? Maybe a little bit less, but you get my point. To actually live completely from the organic content, it's going to take a while. And the third option is paid traffic or paid ads, okay? What are the pros of using paid ads in order to scale? The first one is that it's hyper scalable when you have the right messaging, aka that your messaging is on point, and with 0 to no extra effort. All you gotta do is insert the ad spend. That's it. Second reason why is because it's hyper targeted to your perfect clients. And you now have leads coming your way instead of you going after them. What are the cons? Of course, guys, there's a learning curve at the beginning, just like anything, but this involves money, typically a technical setup to efficiently send traffic to it. And if messaging is not right, all the money can be lost. Okay, so this is a table that basically showcases the pros and the cons of the 3 most common models, okay? And obviously, like it's shown in the table, the 3 major ways to get clients in a controlled environment have their place and can work. The question by this point naturally becomes, which one should I focus on, or how should I leverage my energy, focus, and effort and overall business strategy to get the most ROI? Because we as business owners, we have these opportunities, we have these options, which one is going to give the highest ROI for us? So Let's say that you go the old way and you start doing everything. Because of course you might be like, hey, I don't know which thing is better, it's just do everything. What happens at this stage is that you have a certain amount of energy that you're divided against creating content on 6 platforms, sending DMs in 3 different channels, optimizing your funnel every week because you change your offer every week, then run 100 different ads to see what happens. And then what happens is that, of course, you're just having your attention and you have everything scattered. And if something for whatever reason ended up working, you don't even know what is the thing that really worked the best. Okay? So because I actually tried to solve this problem, that's when I came up with the concept of the auto-converted funnel. And this is where it enters again. Because what this allows you is that you can start running ads to a single targeted funnel, which yields a speed, okay? That's the beauty of ads. So you can start selling to millions of people right off the bat with speed and actually get people to buy. Then this also allows you to have one-on-one conversations with leads to book calls. So you actually prove conversions from the actual paid traffic that you're using. And it allows you to actually run a content cadence that consistently nurtures and sells your leads and allows you to build an actual audience of fans. So it actually allows for compounding growth. So you can see it has the best of the 3 worlds, okay? It has the speed of paid ads, improved conversion from DMs, and also compounding growth of organic content. So the new way it's basically like goes something like this. You have your entire energy, focus, and ad spend dedicated to the optimization of your single auto-converting funnel, okay? So you send all of that traffic, all that attention, and all that ad spend basically to the funnel. And now that you have people in that funnel that we're about to break now, you just start installing the appointment setting flows and the content cadence so that you can start picking brain, okay? Now, this model allows you to dedicate your entire focus, energy, and outspend towards the maximization of a single conversion mechanism that doesn't require a single VSL, okay? This is going to be important, guys. Instead, this approach allows you to identify the warm and the hot leads while having multiple touchpoints to maximize every opportunity to sell. So by this point, we're already out the wing to actually maximize the 3 different ways to get clients on a single dedicated conversion mechanism, okay? So let's now start diving deep into a general understanding of the auto-converted funnel. So the auto-converted funnel is platform agnostic, and it's very important because it doesn't matter if you're an Instagram fan, it doesn't matter if you're a TikTok fan, it doesn't matter if you're a Facebook fan, it allows you to actually install this framework in that social media platform, meaning that you can and should leverage the one where you have the most leverage, plus where your ICP prefers to hang out the most, okay? The auto-converting funnel, if you are targeting coaches and consultants, you can host it on a Facebook group, on Twitter, or your Instagram profile. For agencies, it could be a Facebook group, Instagram profile, if it's heavily relying on the founder, Twitter, or LinkedIn. If it's for SaaS, it could be a Facebook group or LinkedIn. If it's a high-end tech or sophisticated model, it could be like LinkedIn or Facebook group. For stocks, Snapchat, okay? This is how you go around it, guys, okay? It depends on, you need to host it whatever it is that your plans are going to come from the most, and that's what you need to have your offer validated by this point, okay? Let's talk about the guiding principles that yield the effectiveness of the funnel, okay? The first one is that there is an auto-conversion capability via content consumption. The second one is that there is a single pipeline of unified lead flow, aka everyone's a lead. And the third thing is that it's possible to engage and have one-on-one conversations with leads, and this is where the money is made, okay? So whenever we have those 3 things happening on a single platform or in a single social media profile, you can host an auto-converting funnel, okay? So when it comes to having an auto-conversion capability, of course, this is the reason why we actually call it like this. It means that once someone is inside of the funnel, you need to make it clear to the lead what's next, where to consume more content, and what to do in order to solve their most painful problems. And this is going to be typically by redirecting the Micro-VSLs that are going to be hosted on YouTube so that they go through that rabbit. At the same time, this is actually divided in 2 different ways, okay? Like the actual auto-conversion is going to happen from the immediate instruction that you're going to do your prospects and from the actual consistent nurturing that you're going to do on a weekly basis. You need to have a single post introducing the group members or the followers or the connections, etc., depending on the platform you're using, on what's next, or on what to do once they actually go to the auto-converting funnel, and tag them in there. So we like to call this the actual introductory or welcome post. This is critical. And again, my auto-converting funnel will be hosted in Facebook. It's a Facebook group. So I actually have a dedicated post on my Facebook group that has different steps on what to do now that they're inside of that Facebook, okay? So as you can see, I actually tell them, hey, go to the access the master resort folder, aka all of my content on a single folder. Go watch some of my YouTube videos, check your messages because we always send them a welcome DM. On top of that, add me as a friend on Facebook, okay? This is what it looks like. And every day, what we do is that we first tag the new members so that they start the process of auto-conversion. That's how it looks like, okay? Of course, you need to have that introductory post, and you need to have some sort of guide section or highlights or feature post so that they can start dedicating some time to start getting auto-nurtured, okay? So the actual post, in this case from the Facebook group, sends people to my resource folder, what I was mentioning before. Or for example, let's say that you decided to use Instagram. What you can do is, instead of having a guide section like it's called on the Facebook group, you can send people to a dedicated, a dedicated highlighted story, a feature post in your LinkedIn profile, a specific thread containing different assets in your pinned tweet, if it was in Twitter. The goal is to set up the direction of the new touchpoint, okay? And this makes people consume the content and they start auto-converting. And the conversion goes through the roof because now they start having direction and they know what to do now that they are in the auto-converting funnel, okay? So this is the first part, like the actual immediate instruction on what to do so that they can start doing that auto-conversion. And the second one is with a consistent nurture, okay? Because now every time that you post a new YouTube video, this should be done 1 to 3 times a week. You post that in your funnel, remind people about you, and they continue the nurturing process. And this is why the more time passes, the better it gets, okay? Because some people maybe don't buy from you now, but 1 year from now, 2 years from now, they might, okay? So this is why this is so powerful. That was the first part, the actual auto-conversion capability. The second characteristic of the auto-converting funnel that you need to leverage in order for this to actually be an auto-converting funnel is that there is a single pipeline with unified lead flow, meaning that everybody is a lead, okay? You don't have like hot leads, warm leads, cold leads, and most importantly, you can track all of these people in a single CRM that tracks all of the prospects. So your auto-conversion funnel is basically a pipeline. So this pipeline has a certain set of components. So for example, you have your organic traffic and your paid traffic, and you send all of the traffic that you actually do create to that auto-converting funnel. That again could be your Instagram profile, could be your Facebook group, could be your LinkedIn profile, whatever, right? It could be Twitter, it doesn't matter. Just send these people to actually follow you or to actually join your group. So you have a new follower, a new group member, whatever it might be, and then the actual conversion begins. As soon as they enter the auto-converting funnel, here's what you actually start doing the introductory post plus auto-conversion begins, okay? What does this mean? That of course they're going to start converting themselves. A percentage of these leads autopilot without you having a conversation with them might end up booking calls with you, okay? A percentage. I'm not going to say that most of them because honestly, most of them are not going to do it. This is going to be just for the farthest leads, okay? That's the first part. But moving down the funnel, something that you can control is the actual appointment setting flows, because now that people are entering the pipeline, they were tagged in the introductory post, they started to consume your content, more dedicated content, you start applying the appointment setting flows to actually get them on a call, okay? So you have different touchpoints of how to actually book calls with these people. And then at the end of the you have cash in, okay? Because that's literally where you're maximizing the best of both worlds. Hopefully this video has been helpful so far. If you found it helpful, make sure to click the like button, consider subscribing if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, everything is on a dedicated single funnel that it's always optimized because your entire focus is directed to this, okay? And since you have a single CRM where all of your leads are going through, then you have less calls in your pipeline and more lead efficiency. The third part is that it's possible to engage, and this is where the money's at, it's possible to engage and have one-on-one conversation with your prospects. And guys, listen, the main advantage of this model is made up of the fact that you can bump traffic at will, allowing you to particularize the messaging or the sales process in whatever way is the most relevant to your leads. And I want you to see a following example. If you're already running ads, or if you have run ads in the past, chances are that you have like a web BSL or webinar funnel, okay? What happens over here is that it's either do or die, right? Because you have traffic that is to a BSL, okay? If the BSL resonates with them, they're going to book a call today. And if it doesn't resonate, it's a lost lead, pretty much. Assuming that the person that booked the call today closed, of course, you got a client, which is great. It was pretty much an autopilot. But in case that it didn't close, then basically the person is left on an email list, and then conversions are hard to do because not that many people are focused on their email list nowadays. This can work really well if you start implementing appointment settings to this equation, because now you can start calling the people that didn't book a call, whatever it may be, okay? But again, the actual BSL, the actual effort, the actual landing page needs to resonate with the prospect so that they can actually go through the rest of the equation. The beauty of this new way, the auto-converting funnel, relies on the following fact, guys. You send all of this traffic to the auto-converting funnel, and here's the magic. If the content resonates, they book a call. If it doesn't resonate, then you have a DM conversation to identify the bottlenecks of the prospect so that you can send them an appropriate micro-VSL that does resonate and that is relevant to them. Meaning that now, of course, it's possible to actually make them resonate and book a call. You see? So it's always a feedback loop on how you can best optimize everything to the specific prospect. Wait, it doesn't end there, it gets better. So if it does resonate with them, Then the prospect books a call. So the prospect books a call, but it's not closed. Guess what, guys? They remain as a follower or as a member, meaning that they get nurtured by the content, and as time goes by, they might book a call again. If they can close, time goes by and they can book a call again. You see? Now, if they don't close again, one deal. So this is way more forgiving. It allows you to mess things up and still crush it. That's why this is such a powerful form. The most important thing to remember is that you get more leads since call to actions are frictionless, okay? For example, the call to action is not, hey, go and watch my 40-minute video on how to do XXX, right? The actual call to action is, hey, join my free Facebook group, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, etc. You get a higher ROI, you get a higher conversion from the same ad spend. Second thing is that conversion can easily be 5 times more efficient, so you will have more opportunity to get them on a phone via DMs if they didn't do it themselves. So you're going to do basically the same thing on the VSL funnel, but also through conversation. And not only that, this is where it gets better. There are multiple opportunity channels or channels of opportunity to get people on the phone. So for example, whenever they follow you, you can DM them. Whenever they comment on your post, you can DM them. If they are active engagers, you can DM them. If they respond to story polls on Instagram, for example, you can DM them. If they reply to your stories, you can DM them. If they ask for a new lead magnet, big one, you can DM them. You see? You have a lot of touch points, lots of opportunity, so you maximize the efficiency of every lead, okay? So this is crucial, guys. Now, of course, I don't want to just leave you like with a theory, okay, man, this is all cool, now buy my shit. Of course, do it, but let me first of all share something else. I want to share the actual KPIs in daily as well as the weekly workflow to use with the funnel so that you can actually make money using it, okay? So we have pre-funnel, aka the traffic part of the equation, and we have the funnel, the conversion part of the equation. When it comes to the traffic, guys, the first thing you want to do is decide where you're going to host your auto-converting funnel. For most people, it's going to be either Facebook or Instagram, either Facebook. Step 2 is you're going to create 1 to 2 YouTube videos per week, specifically micro-VSLs, and watch this other video to actually learn more about what they are and how to use them. Every call to action in your videos should be to either book a call and to join your auto-converting funnel. And the way you're going to make them do that, like actually follow your Instagram, for example, is by giving them a reason to follow, to join the group, or subscribe. So what I do is that I offer for free the document that I'm using on that specific video inside of my Facebook group only. So that they need to, if they want it, they need to join my group, like I told you guys at the beginning of this video. The second option is that you can offer a lead magnet that requires people to send you a specific keyword in your Instagram account, for example, and follow in order to get it. That way you actually get people on Instagram or on Twitter, whatever it might be, okay? Step 3 is you're going to run ads to build traffic. $10 to $50 per day is enough, but raise the budget as you make more money. Again, sending people to auto-converting funnel. Okay, all the call to action is, hey, go follow me on Instagram. Okay, go follow me on Twitter. Hey, go follow me on LinkedIn. Okay, once you hit your first 10K-ish exclusively from this funnel, you start running retargeting ads, then that's what you are out. Remember, by this point, you're growing a hybrid approach, which is good. In 2 or 3 years, your YouTube traffic is going to be more than enough to actually sustain this model with ease without requiring any ad spend, which is, of course, the goal. Now that you have the funnel, the conversion, there are the weekly tasks and the daily tasks. When it comes to the weekly tasks, these are the ones that you're always going to be doing for yourself. You record 1 to 3 YouTube videos and post them on YouTube, okay? No need for fancy stuff, just go over a Google Doc like I'm doing right now. And then you repurpose your 1 to 3 YouTube videos on the funnel. And you want to follow the SOP that I'm leaving here. I'm literally showing how I repurpose on YouTube, Twitter, and my Facebook group, etc. Beware, this is not reposting the videos in your funnel. It's sending people from the funnel to YouTube, okay? That way they can start watching other videos and they get more nurtured, okay? Every 2 weeks, make either a call to action post or booking a call to clean low-hanging fruit. So this is the type of thing that you're going to keep doing yourself because you are the founder are always going to be creating content. Now, this is when it comes to weekly. Let's talk about the daily tasks. When it comes to daily tasks, all you gotta do every single day is tag the new followers or members on the welcome post, follow up with the followers or the members who joined the previous day, and DM the new followers or members that followed you or that joined your community, whatever it might be. And it has to be in that specific order, guys. Because, of course, this is the priority of leads, right? You have, first of all, the people from yesterday, who just are that just left the conversation by. And then you have the newest lists that are just like the coder without being actually cool. All of this can easily be delegated to a growth integrator. So this funnel by itself has the potential of helping you add $500,000 in the next year. So go ahead and just do it. If you want to grow your business past the 50K per month mark, guaranteed, go ahead and book a call with the link that we'll be leaving in the description. And today's music recommendation is this one called You Know by Ralph, okay? This is the same song that I recommended in my last video, but it's really that good. So again, and listen to it. It's my favorite song. I have been listening to like every single day, almost like for, well, not, I'll be lying if I said every single day, but I have been listening to it a lot in the last year. DM me on Instagram and let's talk about music. So yeah, fellas, I hope that you like this one and see you guys in the next one. Bye.